All right, guys, what's going on? Justin from 79th Productions, and today we're going to be putting some coilovers on this thing. This is my buddy Jesse's car. Picked it up for 500 bucks. Gonna just do a quick walk around of it. Yeah, so he picked this thing up for $500, and it's a single cam Civic, runs and drives, but the suspension on this thing it just makes it have a terrible ride. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go for a little spin, and once we get back, we'll put these coilovers on that we picked up from Maxpeedingrods. All right, guys, so we're driving this thing, and oh yeah, you can hear the knock, guys. The suspension's bottoming out, and those coilovers are all over the place. So we're gonna go ahead and swap these things out now and put the Maxpeedingrods one on, the Maxpeedingrod coilovers, and yeah, we're gonna turn around, go back to the house, and get these things on. All right, guys, so we just got back from that ride, and here these things go. They look great. Now, this is a newer design from Maxpeedingrods. So I was talking to them, and they said they went through and changed the seals and stuff like that. This is a newer version that, you know, it's gonna have less problems. So I'm excited about this, and we're gonna put these things on now. All right, guys, so we're under here. We're gonna start taking this stuff off. Jesse already changed these tie rod arms, and he's gonna start with that fork bolt, and we're just gonna pull that off now. All right, guys, so we're gonna take these off now. On your car, this is gonna be flipped around. Someone put this on the wrong way. We're just gonna take those on, loosen those up, and we're gonna drop the fork, and then we're just gonna loosen the coilovers from the top.
All right, you guys, y'all see it's L for left, so this is gonna go back on that side, facing towards you.
Guys, when you buy project cars like this, stuff like this happens. Some people, they put stuff on the wrong way. All right, guys, so now that we got that stuff loosened on the bottom, we're just gonna take these two top bolts out. And the coilover assembly is gonna drop out, and he could just pull it out. It's a lot easier to do it with these because these are lowered, and these come out a lot easier than the factory ones would. All right, guys, so here's the Maxpeedingrods, the new coilovers compared to the old sleeves, and this is pretty much just a stock shock with eBay sleeves on it. But this, guys, it's gonna be far better. Now, the car was already lowered with these, but we just want a better ride quality, and so far we've used these Maxpeedingrods a couple of times. We used these coilovers a couple of times already, and it has a good ride quality, so we're just gonna start installing this now. All right, guys, so with these coilovers, guys, if you read the instructions in the box, this is already preloaded, so we're not gonna mess with the height from this area, from the spring side. What we're gonna do, if you want to adjust yours, we're not gonna adjust these. Just loosen this up and twist this cylinder and adjust it from here, guys. This way these coilovers will last a long time. All right, guys, so the Maxpeedingrods the coilovers come with these little sleeves. We gotta set that spacer in the fork. That way there's no movement between the fork and the coilovers. So that's all you got to do right there, and he's gonna put the coilover in now. So what we're gonna do is put the coilover on first. Hold on a second. We're gonna slide that coilover in there and lift it up through there. And once you get the coilover in place, we're just gonna come up top and bolt those two nuts in to hold it up. And then we'll be able to go back under. So now that those are on, we'll be able to go back under, and we're gonna put this fork on now. Just gonna push that up. And guys, now remember, this went on a lot easier than it did on my car. I had to use a hammer to get that on. You know, some of them are gonna be a lot tighter than others, but this one, their new design, I guess it's a little bit more easy to get it on. So now that he got those on, he's just gonna come and put that fork bolt through there. And we can go ahead and tap it in. And now we can put the nut on the other side. All right guys, so we got a little gap right here. So we just got the jack under it, and we're gonna raise it up just to close that gap. And we're gonna tighten this screw down and tighten the bottom one down. That's it for that one. All right guys, so we got that front one on, and we are gonna move to the back now, and we're making some good progress here. That front one took about 10 to 15 minutes. So we're gonna get to the back one now. All right guys, so to do the back, we just need to take this one out, that one screw out, and then we need to come on into the trunk. And in the trunk, we need to take these two nuts out, and that thing will just drop right out. Go ahead. All right guys, we got these two bolts out, these two nuts out. Now we're gonna go to the bottom and take that other one off, and the coilover is gonna just drop out. All right guys, here's the two rear ones. That's the old one, that's the new Maxpeedingrods one. And we are gonna put these things on now. We're gonna put the rear ones on, and we're gonna wrap this thing up. All right guys, so Jesse's gonna put this coilover on, and I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna slide it up into where it needs to go. And now that he's got that on, I'm just gonna come around in the trunk, and I'm gonna put these two nuts on, and the coilover will hold itself into place, and we'll come back and tighten those up once we get the bottom one on. guys, if yours is hard to lift up, just put a jack under it and it'll be all right. Alright guys, so we're back in the trunk. Now that we tighten that bottom bolt, we're just going to come up and tighten these two nuts up, and it is good to go. Alright guys, so we're just going to lock these coilovers in place and just snug down on that, and we're good to go. There we go. And these things are locked down. All right guys, so we're all wrapped up with installing the coilovers. We're just gonna put the tires back on the car and put this thing down, and we're good to take it for a ride. All right guys, so we're riding around with the Maxpeedingrods coilovers, and guys, this car, well, I'm gonna let Jesse tell you because it's his car. So
man, rides so much better, so smooth, not bouncing me all over the road. The car don't feel like it's gonna fall apart no more.
Yeah guys, I mean, just from me riding in it before till now, it's a big difference. And yeah, it's a good ride. Now guys, the coilovers, they're not too bouncy. A lot of coilovers, well, Maxpeedingrods, some people might say they're bouncy, but this is actually a pretty smooth ride, and it's a lot better than what was on here. So if you guys want to lower your car, we're actually going, look at that, we're going over the railroad tracks now, and all that knocking and rattling kind of went away. So that's pretty good. So if you want to pick up a set of Maxpeedingrods coilovers, guys, I'm gonna leave a link in the description, and you could get you a discount using 79 Productions coupon code. And yeah, so that helps out. You know, anytime you could get a discount is good. You get a percentage off, and go pick you up a set if you're interested in these. All right guys, so we just came back on that little road trip, and the front has settled a little bit. Now we're gonna adjust it a little bit more. Jesse's gonna get his wheels, and once he gets the wheels, we'll adjust them to the wheels. So this is a great little project, $500 project, and it runs and drives. I mean, it is a little beat up, but we're gonna get this thing looking good. And the first step was getting those coilovers on, and now it just runs a lot better. So that's it guys, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at 79 Productions. And if you would like to pick up a pair of coilovers, use the link in the description below. We'll get you a discount on them. And big shout out to Maxpeedingrods for helping us out with this project. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless you guys.